First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now. That is our live shot of Newport, Oregon, right there. I don't see a lot of whales on that one, but nonetheless, I'm pretty sure there are some out there and nearby. We're going to be talking about that today. So again, this is Fox 12 Now. We live stream here every weekday from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom starting at 1 p.m. We're on all the apps, we're on the website, we're on the social media channels, and since we're on the internet, we can bring people in from all over the place to talk about the things that are going on. And today we're talking about Whale Watch Week, Winter Whale Watch Week, because the whales have come back to Oregon. Well, at least they're going by Oregon, and there's a lot of opportunity to go see them. But we wanted to do something special here for today, and that's actually bring someone in live from Depot Bay, an expert, to join us right here. We've got Era Horton, who is a Whale Watch volunteer. Is that the right title for this?
That's correct. That's correct. I'm a volunteer with the state parks.
Well, Era, thank you very much. So you're down, I believe, at Boiler Bay Park there near Depot Bay. Is that right?
Correct. We're 1 mile south of Depot Bay, basically.
1 mile south of Depot Bay. Okay, well,
north of Depot Bay.
North of Depot Bay. Okay, that's what I thought, but I was like, hey, you're the expert, so, but near Depot Bay. And so, tell us about what it is that you're doing out there for this event.
Basically, what we have out here is we staff 15 of the parks with volunteers, and what we're doing is trying to help people see the whales as they migrate by here. About 15,000 or so whales will be coming by here during this time, and we try to see them. They're about 3 to 5 miles out, and makes it a little hard to see. So if we can spot them, we will share that with the folks and let them look at them. Today is one of those days when it's a little difficult.
Is it difficult because of the weather, or difficult because there's just not many whales coming by?
Well, the whales are going by. The problem we had today is the seas are running about 21 feet. The blow of the whales is about 12 feet. And so it's easy for them to be lost in the trough and us not to see them. And the fact they're out 3 to 5 miles, it makes it a little more difficult. Yesterday, we saw 4 whales. Even with the rough seas and the rain we had yesterday, we did catch 4 whales yesterday.
And so you're saying that my promise to everybody that we're going to see a whale during this segment is, I may have to back off on that.
Good luck with that.
I'll deal with that in.
It's starting to rain right now.
Of course, perfect timing. Well, okay, then let's talk about this. So, tell us about the whales that are passing by, and then I also would love to know some more about what it is to look for.
Okay, the whales we have going by right now are part of the eastern North Pacific gray whale population. These whales generally come out of the Bering Sea, the Chukchi Sea, and up in that area around Alaska and up in around the Arctic Circle. They feed up there all summer. Then they will come by here, go down to Baja, California, to 3 lagoons, and that's where they'll do their calving. The females stay out there for 6 months to fatten the calf up. When they fat enough, they'll bring it back up here. We will start seeing the spring migration start around mid-February, and we'll be out here the last week of March for that. And these whales do this every year. They go breeding calves, then they bring their calves back, and it's really great. We get to see them come by here twice a year.
That's pretty incredible, and that's a huge number of whales too that you mentioned. I think you said 12 to 15,000, somewhere in that range.
It's around 15,000 or so that will be coming by here.
Is that the most?
And they come by pretty regular.
Is that the most like the most likely whale to see, I guess, on the Oregon coast at any time?
On the Oregon coast, any time of the year, 90% of the time, you'll see gray whales. We do see humpbacks, we see blues, pretty much all of the big whales except for bowhead and the Brutus. We can see them anytime, but 90% of the time, it'll be gray whales.
And what are some of the key things, or let me ask you this, what are some of the key things that people can look for when they're out staring out in the ocean to see, to make sure that they're spotting a whale?
The big thing to look for is the blow. That's the most distinctive thing. It's a fine mist of spray that goes straight up about 12 feet or so from the gray whale when they exhale. And that's the first sign you'll see. And then if you have binoculars, bring your binoculars up, start looking then, and you may even see the back when they dive or the fluke, things like that.
And how many years have you been doing this?
This is my 15th season out here.
15. So you are a veteran of this. So let me ask you, as a veteran, 15 years out here helping people spot the whales, what do you think is the number one piece of advice that you would share with people to increase their chances?
I would I would say be prepared for the weather. Come out here, right like today, we've got some great waves breaking out here, just beautiful ocean. Seeing the whales has been a little tough, but I would say be prepared for any type of weather out here, being layers and maybe some rain gear.
Yeah, but which you mentioned, I think it's starting to rain there too. So I don't want to keep you out in this for too long, but I was wondering, would it be possible to kind of take a look around, since we're here on Zoom and just get an idea of what the landscape is like there that you're working with?
Yeah, I'll give you a panorama here. Right now, we kind of thinned out with the rain. People are not quite as many people out here, but here we'll take a look.
Oh, I think we lost his audio while this is happening, but we're getting the viewpoint. So this is, I believe, Boiler Bay Park there, about a mile north of Depot Bay. So that's what we're taking a look at. And yeah, it looks like the rain did clear some people out, but still, it's beautiful. It's on the Oregon coast. Just getting to see what's happening there. We even have a whale on the bench, and there we go. Yeah, that's a great panoramic view of just taking a look there at what's going on.
Yeah, we got some pretty big waves out here. We've had waves coming up near us several times. I've been hit in the past before, so it's no big deal. A lot of people come out here to see that. That's what they're looking for. That's what brings them out here, the weather, to be able to see waves like that. We have some spectacular breaking waves right now. And then we throw in the whales, and it's all the better. It's a great time to be at the Oregon coast.
Well, and with that, you mentioned that there's so many people that are coming out and, to see this. Obviously, it's a huge attraction. How many people do you estimate or do you know are going to be showing up for this?
Well, today we talked to 357 visitors so far. I've had as many as 550 here in a day during our 3-hour segment.
And how is it mostly people from Oregon, from the Northwest, or people from all over?
I've had people from every state in the union and 35 foreign countries over the years that I've talked to. Generally, they're from Oregon, but a lot of visitors are coming from out of state during the Christmas holidays.
That's great. So it really is an attraction, a worldwide attraction, I guess.
I would hope so. It really is. And Depot Bay always claims to be the whale watching capital of the world. The neat thing about that is you can probably see more whales here from shore than anywhere else.
What for you, what makes it so special for you to want to come back and do this again year after year?
The people, basically, the people I work with as far as the state parks and the other volunteers, and then the visitors that come out here, they're excited. They want to see whales. And when they get to see one, especially when you have somebody from the Midwest that has never experienced anything like that, they see a whale. It's like having a little kid next to you, just screaming and hollering, and the excitement that exudes out of them shares to us, makes us want to keep coming back and doing it.
That's incredible. And how many days and hours are you out there?
Generally out here about 4 hours each day, from the 27th through the 31st this time of year. In March, we'll be out here from March 23rd to the 31st, and we'll be out here for 3 hours is our open segment, but we're generally out here 30 minutes before to 30 minutes after.
And you're there to share knowledge about it, to help people spot them, and just to make sure everybody knows what to do.
Some of the things we do, we have samples of baleen. We have model whales that we'll show people so they can get an idea of what. Let's see if I can get it in here.
Oh yeah.
What we're looking at. This is a gray whale model. Got models of humpback whales, blue whales, things like that, so they can see the differences between them, what they're looking for. We've got a sample of baleen that we share with people and let people look at, and they can touch and get a feel for how a whale feeds. So we try to provide as much information about the whales that we see out here as we can.
That's great, and just have that visual representation too. So people are getting an education out there while they're doing it. What is it for you that you like about the whales so much that you want to be out there helping people spot them?
Well, during the summertime, we have the group of whales that stay off the Oregon coast and feed here. So we get to see whales in very close to shore all summer long. And one of the things I've been involved in is doing ID photos for the research teams. And with that, I've got to know some of the whales. And that really makes me want to come back and see whales all the time. that I know a lot of these whales now. The ones that are migrating now, I don't know them at all, but that's just as exciting to see a whale out there in the open ocean swimming free and doing its thing. It's pretty exciting to be able to do that.
That's pretty incredible. So those whales that come back and feed every summer, they're the same whales returning to the same spot.
Frequently, we do see the same whales. Over my 15 years now, I think the most prolific whale I've caught it 29 different times over those 15 years. Some of them I've seen once, some of them anywhere from 5 to 20 times. But it's pretty much the same whales we'll see every year.
What's the identifying characteristic that you look for to tell one whale from another one?
Each of the gray whales, they have distinguishing marks up around what we call their dorsal hump on their back. That's where we get the markings for the gray whale. With humpbacks, you're looking at the underside of the tail, and that's their fingerprint kind of. So we look for that. The ID photos we get, we try to get that same area, both sides of the dorsal hump. I've got one whale, the first whale I ever got a photograph of was 15 years ago, and I saw it again this year in October. That's the 20th time I've seen him. So he's my favorite whale. It's a male. I'm always excited to see him. I think people out at the park, when I saw him this year, because I hadn't seen him for a couple of years, I think people thought I was having a seizure or something. I was jumping around and yelling and hollering, you know, you made it, buddy, you made it. You're back. You're back. It's like seeing an old friend.
Hey, but you were having a good time. So, you know, nobody can be mad at that. I got to ask, though, do you have a name for the whale?
This whale, the one I was just talking about, different areas of the coast will call him different names. This name, he's known around Depot Bay as Eagle Eye. I know at the Marine Science Center, he's known as Batman. I know him with his ID number also from the research collective as CRC 107. But yeah, Eagle Eye is a friend of mine. I've had a whale that I know has spy hopped me, where they stick their head up out of the water and look around by the seawall in Depot Bay. On 2 different occasions over the years, this whale has spy hopped me, and I know it was looking at me. The eye was moving, and I could see it moving. And I get goosebumps thinking about it.
Well, that's amazing. Aaron, you know, thank you very much for joining me here too to talk about this and just share your experience and just how neat that is that you get to do that over there on the Oregon coast, and what a special spot it is. Anything else that you think people should know? People who are watching who maybe are debating coming out.
This program that has been running by the Oregon State Parks, it's actually in its 53rd year, and it was started by the Hatfield Marine Science Center. The state parks took it over in the early 80s, and this is their 44th season doing this program. And I think it's one of the most major programs the state parks do, and especially celebrating their 100th anniversary out here. It's pretty cool.
It really is cool. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I'll let you get back to it, talking to people about whales and not me. And if it's raining, you know, to get out of that. So Aaron, thank you very much for joining me here today. Really appreciate it.
It's a real honor to be on with you today, Greg. Thank you.
You bet. All right. So there we go. Live at Depot Bay, talking about whales, Whale Watch Week. And that was pretty cool. I'm really glad that worked out. I wasn't sure how the internet connection would work there in Depot Bay at Boiler Bay, but it worked. So thanks everybody for joining. Again, this is Fox 12 Now. We are streaming live, or maybe you're watching this after the fact on YouTube or Facebook or our apps or the website. The apps are a great way to watch all of the segments that we have. It's the Fox 12 Oregon app. Just go into your app store or your Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, all that stuff. Type in Fox 12 Oregon, you'll find it. So we're gonna take a break right now. We're gonna come back at 1:30 p.m. live, and I will be talking about New Year's Eve, and in particular, the 31st annual Champagne Ball. It's a huge event. It's taking place at the Portland Art Museum. I'm gonna be talking to the founder. We'll find out more about that, what's kept that going for all these years, and plus, if you have questions, you can join us on Facebook and YouTube and drop those into the chat as well. All right, we're signing off right now. Back in just a few. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.